Welcome back to the Post Up Podcast. It's episode 18. I'm ill. So this is going to sound disgusting, but big things have happened this week. Fitsdale's been sacked. We'll be fixing the Knicks. It's all happening at the Cavs, and there's plenty of trade rumours to be talking about. But before all that, Owen, what's the week been like as a Philly fan?
It's been weird. So, 3 games this week. I expected to come up with a 2-1 record, just not in the order that it happened. We started the week.
You got your record?
We got the record, but we lost to the Wizards. First quarter against the Wizards, dominant. And then after that, I feel we just got complacent and... Rui Hachimura.
Oh, yeah, he had a good game.
He had a good game. Bertans came in and started hitting fadeaway 40-footers, swishing everything.
It's classic Bertans.
I suppose you can't really do much when they make every single shot they attempt. So, we lost. Our Reddit page was in total meltdown. But then we followed that up with a big win against the Cavs. And then against the Raptors, Matisse Thybulle, he came up big, 20 points.
Very high.
We were winning by about 20 points with 3 minutes to go. And then Embiid had 3 turnovers in 3 possessions in a row. They cut it down to like a 8-point game. We took Embiid out of the game because he was so bad at the end. And we managed to hold on, thankfully. Because if we had blown 20-point lead with 3 minutes to go, I think I probably would have never watched us again. Because that would have been disgraceful. And that's that.
That's that.
That's that. It was just an average week, really. Nothing big. Oh yeah, Ben hit a 3-pointer.
Oh yeah.
Still against not really an NBA team, but he hit one.
Yeah. We got 3 3-pointers for Ben in basketball games. One was the Chinese team, one was the Knicks, one was the Cavs. None of them count.
Just wait till he plays Boston away in a couple of days. That he's gonna make it rain.
It's not happening. We all know it's not happening. Wait until you play Golden State and you'll hit another one.
He'll hit another one then.
Well, it's been an excellent week for OKC. I mean, we're off to the Pacers. I mean, yeah, kind of expected that.
Good team.
I didn't expect us to win any of these games. And we're on a 3-game win streak. In probably the most exciting game of our season. I don't know about anybody else, but the play of the season, Dennis Schroeder picked with 1.1 seconds left on the clock, points to Adams, says, "Send it long." Adams gets his best quarterback impression out, throws it the whole court. Dennis grabs it. Could have been a foul. I mean, he was being held as he shot. Probably should have been a foul. Probably should have won the game in overtime. But it doesn't matter, because every time we're in overtime, we batter the team. And you know, truly.
Yeah, don't talk about
well and truly, that in overtime, we will smash a team. Then Portland came around, and thank you, Melo, for playing like you did when you were at us. Because we smashed you as well. Okay. Yeah, we smashed you as well. I mean, 10-point win. Over 10 points. I can't do math. And then, probably the best win of the week, coming against Utah. I mean, we're in the 7th seed now.
You're having a nosebleed.
I can't believe it. 3 wins in a row, and the 7th seed.
But was it a good week, depending on how you look at it?
Brilliant week.
You're failing at tanking.
Let's make the playoffs.
So, now, do you want to make the playoffs now?
Let's make the playoffs.
Wow.
The tank's fun and all, but playoffs.
We're just going to get knocked out first
playoffs.
round. Again for the 4th year in a row.
No. This is the year.
You
It's
want to
all going
stop
to
the
change.
streak?
Yeah, this year's going to change. We'll play LA, and we'll beat them.
No.
We'll beat them. We'll sweep them in 4.
Well, you might beat the Clippers because they're not looking too good.
Yeah.
But
What we'll do is we'll just injure Kawhi, and then we'll romp home.
I mean, sure.
You watch. I'll be in LA for the first round of the playoffs, and it'd be amazing if we were playing.
That would be
the dream. The first casualty of the NBA season has happened, and not as in like somebody's gone to hospital, because that's probably happened already. Yeah, people have been injured.
Yeah.
No, the first coaching casualty, and big man Fitsdale's he's been axed. He's out. Finally, probably 21-83 for just under 2 years at the Knicks. I mean, yes, he should have been sacked, but is there anybody else that they could bring in to fix what's wrong?
Right now, they just need to clear house, get rid of their general manager, just start over, because I think it all starts there at the top with James Dolan. He's up there with the worst owners in the whole of sports. He's horrific. And then you go down to the general manager and all the management team. They're so incapable. Like, put the roster they put and the expected wins, they're just dumb.
So, Owen, how would you fix the Knicks?
Well, just got to get rid of a lot of players, really. Looking through their team, they do have some good players there.
Do they? Where?
I mean,
Mitchell Robinson's pretty good.
Good is subjective, I suppose.
Brasticus and Mitchell Robinson.
When I say good, I mean players who could be decent bench players for a good team. So Alonzo Trier, he needs more minutes. Alfred Payton and Neil Akina, good playmakers and really good defenders. Dodson can hit shots sometimes.
Can you say they're really good defenders? I think they're just
Neil
good
Akina is excellent.
You've put elite there.
I think he is. He's well on his way at least.
Okay. We'll see.
Brasticus, young player, you love him.
Big fan.
Kevin Knox.
Big fan.
Why was he not playing? Fitsdale said he didn't want to play Knox because it would help him improve. How? I don't know how that makes sense. Thank God he's gone, because Knox can be he has the potential to be such a good player one day. Mitchell Robinson.
What a player.
One of the best interior defenders already. And then Reggie Bullock, cheap and a good shooter. I think those are the players you've got to keep. In terms of trading, this might be unpopular, but RJ Barrett, I've never been a good fan of him, and the fact they took him number 3 is just it makes me cringe. He's not a good player. I'm not sure what you would get for him. Maybe go to Orlando and ask for Mo Bamba, because he's not getting any minutes over there. And then you look at Julius Randle. Why would you sign him to such a big contract as well? Baffling. And his trade value has decreased a lot this year. He hasn't performed well at all. You might just have to salvage Dario Saric and some second round picks for him. And then Dennis Smith Jr., awful player. Just get anything for him. 1 second round pick from 2026 might do it. And then going into free agency, just let Marcus Morris go. Let Taj Gibson go. Let Portis go. Let Ellington go. Because you can get up a lot of money there. It's not a great free agent class, but just to have money in it.
You could save for future.
Yeah, for the year after. I'm not sure who would want to go to New York, but
no, definitely not Kyrie and KD.
No, definitely not.
No.
And then looking to the draft, they should have a top pick. You could look at Anthony Edwards, who he's looking like a Victor Oladipo type player, maybe a Dwayne Wade. Such a good player.
Injured and retired.
Yes, of course. He could come in and perform the way they expected Barrett to perform. Like, imagine RJ Barrett if he was actually good at everything. That's Anthony Edwards. And then second round pick, Antoine Davis. You need to watch him play. I know you've never heard of him, probably.
No, I've heard of him from 2K.
From Detroit Mercy University. Jesus Christ, he can score. He's insane. If he went to a big college, he'd be a top 10 pick. But because not many people know of him, he could be there in the second round. And he really could be the steal of the draft. And then looking towards free agency, I would say save your money. But if you can get someone like Jeremy Grant,
no,
that's a home run signing.
That's my mate. Don't take Jeremy Grant.
But he could be. He's a good player.
The Knicks are rubbish.
But he could help them improve.
No, but they'd still be rubbish.
Maybe if they went into next season with Peyton, Edwards, Kevin Knox, Jeremy Grant and Robinson as a starting 5, it's not going to make the playoffs, but it could win 30-35 games and offer a good stepping stone for the future. In the next year's draft, maybe pick up another good prospect, and all of a sudden the Knicks are looking like a decent free agent destination. So, just get rid of a lot of players, basically.
So that's what you would do.
That's what I would do.
What I would do would be turn on the PlayStation, go load up 2K, sim the first year, or sim this year now, and just put out your worst team so you're like guaranteed to get the first pick. Sim all the way on. Now get LaMelo Ball, because you need there's no good guards. There's no good guard in the Knicks. And then try and trade some of the deadwood for picks or anything. And then if you go into the next season with Ball, RJ Barrett, Knox, Randall, and Robinson, it's a decent team. You give it like 30 games. If it's going well, keep going. If it's not, take them all out, put the worst players in, sim again, get another good pick. It's genius.
I find it quite
doesn't work in real life because you can't just take out all the players.
No. But
wherever.
it's funny, the Sixers and the Knicks started the rebuild at similar times, back in 2013. And now the Sixers are right up there with one of the best teams in the league, and the Knicks are having to restart the rebuild for like what seems like the 10th time already. The Knicks, who should they bring in to help them do the rebuild? Bring in Sam Hinkie. Look what he did with the Sixers. He saved us. And the Knicks, they're still just a crap team, really, aren't they? Bring in Sam Hinkie, and he will take you to greatness. Just be patient and trust the process.
So there's some drama over the past week as the Rockets played the Spurs, and James Harden went through and dunked. It went in, came back out.
And went back in again.
And went back in. They didn't count the basket, and the Rockets lost. So the Rockets wrote a nice letter to the NBA asking to check, just to change the result and let them play the last 8 minutes again. It was kindly rejected by the NBA. What's going on?
Well, at the time of the dunk, the Rockets still had about 7 minutes left, and they had a big lead. So you can't just blame that one dunk for the reason they lost. And the NBA, they were never going to let them replay the game because that would set such a bad precedent. So, like, if they allowed that to happen, whenever a referee mistake would happen in the future, every team would be demanding to replay the game. They just couldn't let that happen. So, I mean, are the NBA officials dumb? Yeah, because the ball did go through the hoop.
It did come back out again, though.
Yeah, but it went through. The rule is it's got to clear the net, and which it did. And
yeah, but it kind of cleared the net and came back up and around again.
The ref said after the game it should have counted. It was a reviewable play,
which they didn't review.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's your own fault, Rockets. Stop crying.
Yeah, they were saying the Rockets called a timeout, and they've got to ask to review the game within the first 30 seconds. And apparently the Rockets waited 50 seconds, so the ref said, "No, you can't do it."
Idiots, stop crying then, idiots.
So it is their fault, but the refs should have really just do your job. Look at the ball. Did it go through the hoop? Yes. So that means the basket should have counted. So I mean, I think from all the parties, they just got to do a better job there.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, wasn't it? It's kind of funny watching the Rockets fans go crying.
I can feel that pain. Imagine that happening to your own team. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't care this season because win or loss, we're winning. But maybe for you it'd be a bit...
It would be annoying if we lost the game because of that.
I mean, it's their own fault. They lost their big lead, so they lost the game themselves. They wouldn't be crying if they won the game, so just win basketball games, idiots. Staying on the topic of the Rockets, one of your favourite players is heating up.
I'm so happy. Ben McLemore, he was drafted into such a bad situation in Sacramento. He just never had a chance to really develop. They got rid of him. He's been bouncing around teams, and finally, it appears he's found a home.
An unlikely home.
An unlikely home, but it fits him. Fits him perfectly. He had a slow start of the season, but over the last 5 games, averaging 20.5 points, shooting 45% from 3. Finally, he looks like an NBA player. He looks comfortable. Finally. It's taken years, but he's arrived. Will this continue? Not at this pace. But if he can just be a good NBA player, defend, make shots, and just be smart with the ball, he'll have a team for the rest of his career.
Yeah, just defend, attack, and basketball.
Just do what you're supposed to do.
Just do basketball stuff.
You'll have an NBA contract for years to come.
Good luck to you, Ben. McLemore, that is. So, staying on the Rockets for a third time, D'Antoni, his contract is up at the end of the season, and rumours have surfaced over the past week that he will not be accepting any extension, and he is looking to leave at the end of the season.
Yeah, so for the last couple of months, ever since the season ended last year, there was signs that he was looking to leave. There were signs of him being frustrated with the Rockets, how the team was built, how they play. And I felt there was a good chance that this would be his last year. Now, Sam Amick, he came out with a report that D'Antoni, this will be his last season. So it's going to be interesting now where you have an Asian James Harden, a Russell Westbrook on a massive contract, and a team that's really geared towards playing one style of play. So it's going to be interesting to see who they get in to replace him, because not many coaches will play this style of play, and give Harden this sort of freedom. It's going to be a weird situation this summer.
I say they trade James Harden and build around Russ.
That would be a disaster.
Or they trade Russ back to OKC for CP3 and revert everything back.
Yeah.
Bring him home.
Do you really want Russ back in the team?
No, not anymore. Maybe if you asked me like before the season started, yes, but no, not anymore. I'm enjoying, we're having a great time. There's only one team currently in the East which look like, well, at the beginning of the season we thought Philly and the Bucks, they'll be going toe to toe to the end. It really is just the Bucks. 15 win streak they're currently on, and they don't look like they're going to stop anytime.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, because they're your main rivals. I mean, Giannis has been in like fine form for the whole season. Will he stop?
Oh no, he's almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
But from my view on this now is, the regular season is like our pre-season. We know we're going to get enough wins to get a top 4 seed. So just get a top 4 seed and we're done. The real season starts in the playoffs. And if we come up against the Bucks in a 7-game series, I'm fully confident we can beat them in 5 or 6 games. Because we have the players to stop Giannis. So the fact that they have the best record in the league, I mean, it doesn't concern me one bit.
Yes, it doesn't matter too much, because the playoffs is where the basketball season really starts.
Look at the Hawks from a couple of years ago. They had the top seed, over 60 wins, and got knocked out early in the playoffs. Because they were crap in the playoffs. So, yeah, it's just a regular season.
Yeah, so look forward to a first round knockout Bucks. You heard it here first, Owen said it.
Whoa,
first round knockout for the Bucks.
Whoa. Against who? Well, the Pistons in the 8th seed.
Yeah?
Hell no. Play us in the conference finals and we'll beat them. The only team I'm scared of is Toronto, still.
Yikes. That's embarrassing.
Just because of Marc Gasol. Look what he does to Embiid. Embiid is mentally screwed. he's messed up when he plays Toronto, so that's the only team I'm scared of.
Let's move on from teams that are flourishing into a team which is just... I didn't expect them to be this bad this season. Pelicans are on a 9 loss streak of 9 games losing.
Yep.
However you want to say it, it's not good.
You just got to feel for JJ Redick. His streak in the playoff is going to come to an end unless he gets traded. I would happily take him back in Philadelphia.
He's the type of player that you could see getting traded near the deadline. A contender would want him because he's a good player
definitely.
to have.
But then again, in the playoffs, he's quite easy to stop, and he can't defend. So it'd be a risk. But I would take him back in Philadelphia to come off our bench. Not sure what we would give up, but yeah, the Pebbles have been nothing short of a big disappointment.
I really like this team, and I wish they were actually good, but injuries has hurt them, and just they're playing bad, aren't they? They're just injuries are the main thing. Their starting 5 has changed so much in the first however many games we've played. I don't know. It's just it's sad to see. At least Ingram's playing all right.
It was always tough to ask them to really push to the playoffs because they had such a new team. Everyone on that team is new, basically. So I never expected them to make the playoffs.
No, I thought they would just have a good season.
Yeah, just 35 wins, but they've been so poor. Yeah, injuries doesn't help, but I mean, when you have Ingram scoring 26 points per game, surely you've got to be winning more. Unless these are just empty buckets like Devin Booker for the past 4 years on the Suns.
Well, it looks like that way. It looks like that.
Maybe Zion comes back for some reason in January and they win a couple of games, but
not happening.
The more they lose, the less likely Zion comes back this season.
So it's been all drama this week across the NBA, and we'll move over to the Hawks now. Apparently, Trae Young was involved in an emotional locker room scene after a game. One of the games. They didn't specify which game.
They probably lost.
Yeah, we'll assume it was a defeat because they don't win many games. And the team has promised that it will get him some help soon. So, we don't know what's happened, but it doesn't look good.
I never really expected Trae Young to be the type to be involved in drama.
No, but a couple of days ago, Trae Young did come out and say he doesn't like that he's always like in the same subject as Luka Doncic. I mean, we've done it quite a lot. I don't think he's listened to this though. I don't think that's a direct hit to us. But he's been a lot more vocal recently, and now this emotional locker room scene.
He just has to face the fact that he will be compared to Luka for the rest of his career because they were traded for each other. And the fact that Luka has already ascended to superstardom and he's, his team is doing good, 3rd seed in the West, and then Atlanta down in the 13th seed, winning just 2 of their last 10 games. It's not looking good. So I think he has every right to be disappointed in upper management for not really surrounding him with good players. But they are playing a dangerous game, promising that they will get him help soon. Because at this point of the season, you're a bad team. You may as well just lose and get a high draft pick to help him even more. The last thing you want to see the Hawks do is trade their future for Kevin Love or something, because that's not going to help them massively. But would that make Trae happy? Maybe.
Also, by help, they mean they're bringing in players, not as in they like bringing a counsellor to speak to.
That's just players.
Oh, they mean
this
players.
Is not like
okay.
a psychologist.
They didn't specify. They didn't say we'll bring in player help. They just said we'll promise we'll get you some help soon. So I thought maybe they'd bring like the best psychologists from across America.
Well, maybe.
No,
maybe.
Maybe we've got it all wrong, and we just really need some good help from psychologists.
Maybe
not
he's
not
depressed
Kevin
or
Love.
anxious.
Not Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Maybe Kevin Love's good at psychology, and he can come and do both.
Well, he did go to UCLA, so he is smart.
Bring in Kevin Love.
You know, Kevin Love did speak out about depression in the past.
Big guy. Yeah. Bring in Kevin Love. He'll fix everything.
No,
Hawks.
don't do it.
He'll fix everything. Bring him in. He shoots threes as well.
Does he? What? Does he make them?
That doesn't
Not anymore.
He's a good man. I like Kevin Love. He's friends with Russ. I'm talking about Kevin Love. There's also a situation at the Cavs.
Drama everywhere.
Drama.
It's been a good week.
It's been a good week if you like drama. So what is happening at the Cavs, Owen?
Well, after they got embarrassed by the Sixers, Kevin Love had
what was the score?
100.
Okay, it was embarrassing.
1 to 94. It was painful to watch I'm assuming it was painful for the Cavs fans to watch. And then after the game, in his press conference, after his post-match press conference,
yes, the good old press match.
I got there eventually. Kevin Love was very blunt to interviews. Started by saying, "We sucked." That was it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's very true.
And then a reporter asked him what needs to get better, and he said just about everything. Very blunt. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. And as of the 15th of December, he's free to get traded.
Ooh.
So 5 days. And personally, I think he could get traded quite quickly. He wants to go, so does Tristan Thompson. They need to get rid of them ASAP.
Come to OKC, Kevin Love. I've always liked Kevin Love. I don't think he'd fit OKC at all. He wouldn't fit us. But I've always liked him all his career. I feel sorry for him. He's been stuck at the Cavs. I mean, he had the good bits where LeBron and Kyrie were there. And then everybody left.
He could have also left, but he decided to stay.
Now he's stuck with Colin Sexton.
Yikes.
Where do you think would be the best fit for Kevin Love?
That's a weird one, because
Denver?
He can't defend. So
nobody can shoot threes.
In playoff time,
corner threes.
In playoffs, you will get played off the floor. So maybe some desperate team who's trying to make the playoffs, like Portland, they might get desperate. Maybe OKC even. I don't know what they would trade, but
CP3.
Some teams might get desperate. And then you look at Boston, they haven't really got a power forward. So they might say, I don't know, I'll have Kevin Love. But then you look at a front court pairing of Kevin Love and Enes Kanter. I would love to play a 7-game series. Embiid would average 75 points per game. Maybe Denver, they do have Paul Millsap, but these are the 3 teams that has been reported saying that they're interested in Kevin Love. It would be interesting because reportedly the Cavs won a young player, a first-round draft pick, and cap relief. Could any of these teams offer that?
No, you can't have everything.
You can't have everything.
You pick 2.
Kevin Love isn't worth that much. But Denver could offer a first-round pick and Michael Porter Jr. and maybe, when they say cap relief, maybe a Gary Harris. That could be enough to get... I mean, the Cavs should accept that. If they refuse that trade, they are dumb. But then again, the Cavs have made some very stupid decisions in the past. So, they offered a first-round pick for TJ McConnell a couple of years ago.
Wow.
They're so dumb. Why would you do that? And we rejected it.
Why did you accept
we
it?
Rejected it.
I think you're the dumb team there.
So, I feel... They can't really be picky with what they get for Kevin Love. Just get a decent offer and get rid of him. Just let him go to a good team. Let him be happy. And do that.
I think whatever team he goes to, what you have to do with Kevin Love is to put him in the corner and just give him the ball when no one's on him and let him shoot threes. He might not make too many now, but a new team, if it's a decent team, they have a good run of games, confidence, that's what make him hit him. He's not hitting him now because he plays for the Cavs.
And he doesn't care.
Cleveland.
He doesn't care. So, yeah, he just needs a new situation, a new start, and hopefully, well, if he goes to Boston, I hope he fails, but if he goes to another team, maybe he'll just rediscover his love for basketball.
Go to the Rockets and pair up with your best mate, Russell Westbrook.
And all they do is shoot threes.
I mean, currently they have PJ Tucker at power forward.
They couldn't afford him. Oh, maybe Clint Capella. Trade him. I'm not sure why Cleveland would want him.
I'm not sure how many teams would want Clint Capella.
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe it could work.
They were looking to trade Clint Capella in the summer, so maybe.
Maybe.
Bring Kevin Love in. He's back with his best mate Russ.
Who would be the centre?
Kevin Love, he'll do it. He's with his best mate Russ. I'm telling you, he'll do it. Last season when we brought in Dennis Schroeder, I said he's with his favourite player Russell Westbrook. He's gonna be great. He's great now. It'll work for Kevin Love.
Maybe.
It'll work. Trust me. I said Golden State would win the playoffs this year. Trust me.
You're always right.
Trust me, I'm always right. So this past week, there's been plenty of trade rumours. It's been the longest time without a trade. And let's start making some. I mean, Kevin Love might happen in 5 days. Plenty of players are being suggested for trades. We'll start with D'Lo. Owen, who wants D'Lo?
Well, ever since literally the second he signed his contract with the Warriors, he was in trade talks. It was on about the Timberwolves ever since last summer. And now, all of a sudden, the Miami Heat are there for him. They need a point guard. Could work. The Pistons, I mean, I'm not sure why. They're irrelevant. And the Bulls, they have enough point guards as there is. And they got Zach LaVine, so that would be a weird fit. If D'Lo goes to the Pistons or Timberwolves or the Bulls, I do feel sorry for him. But then again, he is best friends with Karl Anthony Towns, so maybe that could work. But if he goes to the Miami Heat, I will be a bit scared of the Heat.
I would like to see D'Lo. What would they trade?
I think they'd have to get rid of Hero or Kendrick Nunn or Adebayo. They would have to give up some good players.
Oh, imagine Bam Adebayo and Kayvon Looney in a playoff like next year. Not this year.
And Pascal. Get him in there as well.
No, but just Kayvon Looney in the playoffs last year was so aggressive and things. Yeah. Imagine him with Bam Adebayo. I love this. I love Golden State. Yeah. Trade Bam Adebayo. I like the Heat. How likely do you think a D'Lo trade will happen before the trade deadline?
Low. I don't think it's going to happen this year. If it does happen...
Out of 10. Go on, we'll have to score in
chuck a 4 on it. I think in the summer, next summer, I think it's much more likely to happen.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think I can't see him being traded. I don't think Golden State will want to trade him. But to be fair, they may as well tank for the rest of the season and trade him.
Yeah, but then again, D'Lo is the only good player on that team. So, and if he wants to, he can get all the shots. So this is their time to put him in the shot window and say, hey, look, D'Lo can average 30 points per game.
But he practically did that last season at the Nets.
For like half a season. But this is literally his team now, so just let him shoot, get his trade value up, and trade him in the summer.
Okay, so we would like to see D'Lo at the Heat. We don't think it'll happen. But
I don't want to see D'Lo at the Heat.
Oh, okay. Well, we think is the most likely place he would end up.
Possibly. Yeah.
Moving on to DeMar DeRozan and his links with Orlando.
Well, there was a reported trade that could happen was DeRozan for Aaron Gordon. It would be a strange trade. It would be. I don't even think it would be interesting. It would just be weird. Looking at Orlando, they lack shooting. So why would they bring in DeRozan, who can't shoot?
I think that's their team, though.
DeRozan can shoot, but he doesn't shoot until the last 2 weeks. And if you put DeRozan in a backcourt with Markelle Fultz, that might be the worst 3-point shooting backcourt in the history of the NBA. So it would be strange. I'm not sure why the Spurs would want Aaron Gordon.
No, that's a weird one. It's a weird one.
When they got Rudy Gay there and Aldridge, it would be weird.
But Aldridge is also amongst trade rumours. So what if Aldridge leaves and they bring in...
But the Spurs are on a nice winning streak, so maybe they might stick with their team now. And so I can't really see it happening, to be honest.
So the DeMar DeRozan, Aaron Gordon trade, what rating would you give that for likability?
I'd check a 3
likelihood.
I'd check a 3. Not likely at all.
We spoke about the Cavs earlier and the situation going on there, and Tristan Thompson wants out, like many players do.
Don't blame him.
The likelihood of him going to the Raptors.
I'm not sure about the Raptors, but the odds of him getting traded, 10 out of 10. The Raptors might want him because they probably do want another body to guard Embiid if they play in the playoffs. But Embiid has dominated Tristan every single time we played him. And you know Ben, he loves playing against his best friends. Tristan is one of his closest friends, and well, look what Ben did to him a couple of days ago. 34 points. And whenever he dunked on Tristan, he would always give him a little slap on the back, saying, I'm your butt.
That's cute, that is.
Yeah, it is very cute. They both dated a Kardashian as well, so they have like
Allegedly.
it's been proven.
Allegedly. Before the season started, the Pistons came out and said that if the season wasn't going too well, they might trade Blake Griffin before the trade deadline. This season's not going too well.
Mm-hmm.
Where could you see Blake going?
Well, he's on a big contract and he's injury prone and he has not had a good season whatsoever.
But he dunked over a car once.
I mean, he did do that a very long time ago, but yeah, I can't really see many teams wanting to take that sort of risk. He's on so much money, so if a good team wants to get him, they would have to give up some of their best players, which is just not worth it at all. Maybe the Blazers could make some sort of move. Obviously, the Dame and CJ partnership is not going to win a championship, so maybe they want to split her up and send CJ to the Pistons. That would be a big move.
I can't see it.
I can't see it happening, but yeah, you could throw Drummond in there as well. They might want to get rid of him. His contract's up in the summer, so maybe they just want to cash in while they can.
We can't see an obvious home for Blake Griffin at the moment, but how likely is a trade away from the Pistons?
Honestly, I think 7 out of 10. Same with Drummond. He'd be right quite high as well.
And the last of the trade rumours for the past week, the Raptors and the Knicks both said that they will be bringing in a star before the end of the trade deadline.
I mean, the Knicks said they were going to be bringing in 2 stars in the summer. How did that work out? Julius Randle and Wayne Ellington?
Yeah, stars. Do the Raptors mean Tristan Thompson as a star? Because I don't think he is a star.
Definitely not a star.
Who else could they bring in?
Maybe they go after Blake Griffin.
Maybe DeMar DeRozan comes back.
Ooh. He does like to choke in the playoffs. I would love it. I would love if DeMar went back to Toronto and then bring Tristan back to Canada, where he's from. Honestly, that would only help the Sixers. So, do it. Do it.
I feel like you're looking at these trades from the wrong side.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You should be looking at it from a league overview, like how well will they do there? Not, send them there so we can beat them in the playoffs.
Ah, that's definitely the view I'm taking. Yeah. I'm not sure why the Knicks would want to bring in a star, because just accept the fact you need a tank. Don't bring in a star. What would you even give up to bring a star in? You don't have good players on your team. And would they give up a draft pick to bring in a star? If so, that would be dumb. Why?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. But nothing the Knicks do makes any sense.
That's true.
So just let them do their thing, and we'll just keep beating them. As good teams in the league.
Yep. They wouldn't know.
Yeah. 3-point watch. And like we said earlier, Ben made another one.
Another one.
But it doesn't count. One against a real team. But a player who did make his first 3 in the league.
Whoa, you're just going to gloss over Ben
Yeah, we're just going to gloss over it.
I'm just saying, he's had 2 actual attempts. Only 2 proper 3-point attempts, and he's made them both. Take more!
I could make 3s against the Cavs.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
You're 5'10". You can't even.
I'm 5'11".
They will block all your shots.
His shots have been open 3s.
He did have Tristan Thompson in his face, to be fair.
Open 3. Yeah, so an actual player who made an actual 3, his first actual 3 against the real NBA team.
Of the season. He's made them before.
Has he?
Yeah, he has.
Dwight Howard.
He is now 1 for 3 on the season. Well done, mate.
Well done, Dwight. I like Dwight Howard. Funny guy. Don't
bit weird at times.
Yeah, don't care much for his basketball ability. Just off the court, funny guy. Making 3s. Making 3s now. Which will add, if he starts shooting them regularly, it's a different angle for the Lakers.
As long as he's making them.
No. Yeah. It's not going to be good if he misses them, obviously. How's your mate Markel Fultz doing?
It's a bit of a yikes. He's still hovering around the 21% mark. He attempted one against the Bucks last night,
Eh?
and he missed. So, is he ever going to be a good shooter?
No.
It doesn't look so. He is doing good from the free throw line though, so that's something to cheer
Free throw
about.
watch coming next week.
Free throw watch.
Well, no.
I just feel sorry for him. I want him to do good. I want him to succeed, but when you watch him play, he still passes up wide open 3-pointers, which is still concerning because surely by now he's got to be over there, but he's not. He's still scared to shoot.
Didn't he recently drop a player then pass up the 3-point shot?
Probably. That does sound like a Mark Elfos
I think I
thing
saw
to
it
do.
the other day. Yeah. What about DeMar DeRozan?
Well, he went 19 games without making the 3. In his last 4 games, he's made 5. So I don't know why he's shooting them. Literally, from if you go all the way back to the 11th of November, all the way to the 27th of November, he didn't even attempt one. Since the 29th of November to now, he's attempted, how many is that? 10.
What's changed? Is it because the media got on his back and said, why isn't he
He
shooting?
must have listened to our podcast and
Yeah,
years
probably.
later. You must have.
So we've got... So Trae Young's been listening and DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
Big fans. Thanks, guys.
Don't just listen, like and subscribe. Share it with all your
Oh,
friends.
guys. What are you doing? Share it with the locker room, guys.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
Give it to Popovich. He will love us.
I don't think Trey's gonna share around. He seems to not have many friends in.
He just got short man syndrome.
Yeah.
A bit angry.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, back on DeRozan, he's shooting in his last 4 games. He's 5 of 10 from 3. So maybe that's a good sign if he starts shooting more.
Efficient.
Yeah. Well done, DeRozan.
Rookie watch. And probably the most disappointing segment of this podcast throughout this year since the rookies have been injured and awful. There's 2 words I would describe rookies this year: injured and just poor for the rest of them. But our mate Cam Reddish, we don't know if he listens. There's no proof yet of him listening. But
He does play for the Hawks, so Trae may have shared it with him.
yeah, but I don't think Trey's got many friends. Like I said, like they might put up a 25-point game.
Finally, we've waited all this time for him to really have his coming out party. 25 points against the Nets. You know, he finally he scored. He was shooting well.
He scored. He did score. He scored 25 points.
10 of 17 from the field.
Efficient.
4 of 7 from 3. He looks like an actual NBA player finally. We don't really get to talk about how he followed up that game because it wasn't good.
Nah, he hasn't played a game since, has he?
Yes, he has.
Oh,
Let's not talk about that
okay.
one.
No, let's gloss over it.
Well done.
Well done, Reddish. Your mate Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, yes, lad. He's a joy to watch. Even like he could score 0 points, go 0 for 5 from 3. I would still enjoy watching him because he's fun. He's so fun to watch. He is only averaging 4.7 points per game.
How many steals is he averaging?
Probably about 15. But yeah, his last game against the Raptors, against one of the best defenses in the league, he has casually dropped 20 points. 5 of 8 from 3. Efficient. And then, as you said, go to steals. Let's just go through some of his games. 4 steals, 3 steals, 2 steals, 3 steals, 4 steals, 4 steals, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. He steals the ball. He's a thief. But he's good at it. I feel like the last couple of weeks he's coming into his own. He's making his shots now. He's shooting over 40% from 3. And that was like his only knock. That's why people didn't really think of him as a top prospect in the draft. He was top 10 for me. He was in my top 10. I believed in him from the start, and he is good. He's going to start for us one day.
Yeah, you've been saying since like last season or in the summer that Thybulle would be a great player, and looks like you might be right.
I am.
Might be right.
Always believe.
He steals the ball, but
I should be a scout. I got good eye for
and a
talent.
physio.
And a physio. Yeah, I know. Anything with shoulders, I know it. Thank you, Mark L, for always being injured. You really educated me.
That's basically it for Rookie Watch. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's been getting minutes again. He's not doing anything with the minutes, but he's getting some. He played 6 minutes in the last game.
No comment.
Still going to win Rookie of the Year?
No comment.
Okay,
Next question.
Okay, next question. We close every podcast with the team of the week. And this This one's fun. Guards. I'll start because we got different guards. Well, no, we don't. We have one different guard. Dennis Schroeder. Now, not only because I'm an OKC fan and because he hit the best shot ever against the Timberwolves, but he has generally had a good week. Off the bench, remember, all this is bench minutes. 18 points, 21 points, 25 points, and 27 points. I think all of them but the 18 game was a game high. He led the scoring. I mean, what more do you want me to say? What a guy. He's a leader off the bench, and he gets us wins in most of our games.
That's cute and all, but Ben Simmons has had a
Shut
much
up.
better week.
Shut up.
You know,
Dennis makes threes for fun.
You go from 34 points against the Cavs, 3-point shot.
We played good teams.
Go against the Raptors, one of the best defenses in the league. He's one assist away from a big triple-double. What a player. And you go...
So do you call 16, 11 and 9 a big triple-double?
For Ben Simmons. Then you go
I watched Russ do 25, 10 and 15.
Did you win many games?
Oh, yes.
And then you go to his defense. He's, in my opinion, I'm definitely not biased.
Definitely biased.
He's the top 3 perimeter defender in the league. He is way too dominant. He's so good.
He's the top 3 perimeter defender in the Philly team.
Oh, he's by far our best. Oh, wait, no, Matisse. Ooh. Oh, I got a headache now. You can't give me this selection headache.
We're moving on. Ben
Thank you.
did alright. He hit a 3 against a team
amazing.
that don't count. They played 2 really easy games and they lost one. Dennis Schroeder got 3 wins from 4 difficult games. What a player.
Whatever.
Our next guard.
Reluctantly, I put him in. Because I do not like him.
Jimmy Butler.
James Butler.
Or Jim Dog.
James. He was the adult in the room tonight.
I mean, 2 triple-doubles in a week. He
Also a 37-point game.
playing like Russ. Russ numbers.
But, like, this is what I found frustrating about Jimmy. He will do this, but next week he'll average 9 points on 32% shooting.
And we'll look forward to mentioning it.
But, I mean, yeah, a fantastic week. And the Heat are looking good. As much as I didn't want to like them, they are looking decent.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like the Heat. Jimmy Butler's one of my favourite small forwards in the league. Yeah, who's that been?
No, shooting guard.
No, but he's a small forward.
Mm.
He's a small forward. He's playing shooting
Same
guard in
thing,
our
really.
team of the week, but he's a small forward.
Positionless basketball.
Yeah,
Who cares?
mean, who cares? He's small and he's forward, and he's also shoots from the guard spot. So yeah, good player. I've always liked him. Nice to see him doing well. Can he keep it up? Probably not. Will they make the playoffs?
Yes.
Probably just. Forwards, you've gone pretty bias again.
Well, I went for Matisse.
Shock.
So, off the 2 games where you actually played, I was just under 13 points, just under 5 assists, just under 3 steals, and just under 2 blocks. A madness. It's a madness for a bench player, for a rookie no less, to come into one of the best teams in the league and have such a big impact already.
He plays for the Bucks.
No, I said one of the best. I didn't say the best. One of the best. To come in straight away, kind of like Landry Shamet did last year, and have such a big impact. All I gotta say, do not trade him. If you trade him, I'm cutting all ties with the Sixers.
Trade him.
I'm joining Matisse wherever he goes.
Come to OKC.
I wouldn't join him then. I would just stay with Philly. But oh my god, he's so good. I can't wait to see him in playoff basketball. I just hope his shooting just stays as it is. That's probably unrealistic, but just be a good shooter. And honestly, he's already one of the best defenders in the league. And that's a consensus opinion. If you look on Twitter in the games, people like...
What, Philly fans?
Nah. Listen, I'm seeing like Chicago fans, some LA fans saying, "Oh, this
We
Matisse,
can trust LA fans.
this Matisse boy, he's one of the best in the league already in defense, defending. If he does this for his whole career, he's going to go down as one of the best defensive players ever."
I went for Giannis.
Yeah, he's my other forward.
I'd like to see Thibault try and defend Giannis.
Oh, that's not fair. Giannis is like...
Terence Ferguson defended LeBron.
Yeah, Giannis is not LeBron. He's a different level.
I mean,
He's
the level
6'11",
of Thibault
Greek god.
against Giannis and Ferguson against LeBron, I think.
Thibault's like the same size as Ferguson.
Yeah, but Thibault's got a bit more meat on him. Ferguson
Is he? He's as skinny as me.
Have you seen Ferguson? Yeah, Giannis. What more do you want me to say?
Just good, isn't he?
He's put up loads of points all the time.
And he wins.
Yeah, and they've 15 wins in a row. I mean, good player. another forward, AD. He put up 50 the other day.
He did.
He did. And a couple of other good games. 39 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, LA are flying. I mean, they did get battered by Dallas, which is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah.
But apart from that, they're flying. He's flying. And he makes both of our teams.
And that's why he's my centre. Just a good player. When he went to the Lakers, people thought he'd be another Kevin Love. Just go stand in the corner and wait your turn. But no, he's actually being involved. And he's looking good. He's looking really, really good.
So my centre, not biased. I have got own being biased. But Steven Adams.
Very biased. Boo.
Not only the best quarterback in the NBA, which is not even a position in the NBA, but he's the best.
To be fair, the amount of times I've seen people attempt those passes and he goes straight out of bounds are ridiculous. Or stolen.
Even better because Dennis pointed where he wanted it before the play. Steven Adams chucks it. Well, we've talked. It's amazing. But it's not just that. He's actually had a good week.
For his standard.
Yeah, he's been pretty awful this season. Like, not many times has he averaged a double-double this season. And for a player like Steven Adams, you would expect him to be averaging like 10 points and 10 rebounds every game. He is for the season, but he doesn't do that often. But 20-point game where we lost to the Pacers, a 22-point and 4 blocks against the Timberwolves. I mean, coming against Cat, that's pretty good. An 11-point game and with 13 rebounds, but 4 assists and 4 blocks against Utah. I mean, it's a pretty good start line.
Against Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, exactly. So the past week, he's been playing very well. Still wanted to be traded. Trade him for Kevin Love.
Maybe this boosts his trade value.
Kevin Love.
Why?
I actually like Kevin Love. He was mates with Russ. If we can't have Russ, let's have his mate. Oh, that's us. That's us done. Oh, no, player of the week. And player of the week, Owen. Who have you gone for? Wait, no. Who did the NBA go for? They went for Jimmy Butler.
Did they?
Yeah.
I haven't checked.
I forgot who the other one was.
AD probably.
Probably AD. Well, we'll check. Yeah, it was AD and Jimmy Butler. And that's exactly who you've gone for.
Yeah, I didn't even realise the NBA chose that.
Of course you didn't.
I didn't?
No.
Yeah, reluctantly Jimmy Butler. I like him, but I hate him. I want to hate him. But you can't hate him.
You can't hate him.
He can be a good player. But yeah, I just went from, he had such a good week. And AD, I mean, it was a no-brainer really. Because he was the only Western Conference player I had in my team.
Yeah, true. I went for AD and Giannis. I mean, AD had a good week. And Giannis is really good all the time. So, those two.
Fair enough.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Post Up Podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at postup_podcast. And make sure you follow us on YouTube and SoundCloud. And maybe we'll put it on other sites in the future, in the near future. Thanks for listening.